Alright guys, you know what it is. I'm back at you. I'm outdoors, and I actually had to discuss something I was going to do this morning, and I ultimately didn't. We were going to talk about the big winners and losers of the free agency, and okay, let's get this straight. Okay, the biggest thing you have to know, the West definitely won the free agency this offseason. When you consider the Clippers lost DeAndre Jordan, how he went to Dallas, and then by far, hold up one second. By far the biggest free agent signing was LaMarcus Aldridge leaving. You know, he left Portland to go to San Antonio. That by far was the most surprising pick. And then San Antonio, I found out on, I think, Saturday, 4th of July or some shit like that, they added David West, the longtime veteran from the New Orleans Hornets and the Indiana Pacers. I found out that the Pacers actually were willing to let him go, and then they let Roy Hibbert walk. So I don't know, guys, but obviously the biggest free agent had to be by far LaMarcus Aldridge. When you consider Aldridge has a better shot than DeAndre Jordan, and when you consider DeAndre Jordan is a very one-dimensional type player, Jordan has that 6'11", 7-foot height, but the thing about DeAndre Jordan, he can't hit an outside shot. It explains why every 4 out of 5 shots he takes are dunks. And it explains everything. Why DeAndre Jordan may be one of the best rebounders, if not the best in the game. But he clearly is not nearly as good as LaMarcus Aldridge. I think the ultimate winners were the San Antonio Spurs and the Dallas Mavericks. So inside the state of Texas was the winners of free agency. Meanwhile, the losers of free agency, I think the Clippers not signing DeAndre Jordan was huge, considering they lost one of their big men. And then, of course, Dallas, adding a key piece to what could be a championship-type team for next season. The thing about the Dallas Mavericks, though, is Dirk near the end of his line? Like, you know where I'm going with this. Like, is Dirk at that point in his career where he's just going to call it quit? Now, of course, Nowitzki, he's considered one of the highest praised players in the game, and he's one of the best of all time. But the real question is can he being Dirk Nowitzki, play at minimum 2 more seasons? Does he have 2 more seasons in the tank left for the Dallas Mavericks? I still think he can. I mean, if Tim Duncan can do it, I'm sure as hell positive that Dirk Nowitzki can do it as well. But it's the point. Should they being the Mavericks keep him, or, you know, convince him to do just a couple more years if he has a couple more years left in the tank, they might get the job done. But obviously, the losers of this free agency had to be by far the Clippers and the Portland Trailblazers, the other two teams that were the non-benefit factory side of the teams that just acquired the two biggest men in the league, considering the fact Portland could not keep either LaMarcus Aldridge or Wesley Matthews was large. But then when the Clippers traded away Spencer Hawes and Matt Barnes for Lance Stevenson, and then they let DeAndre Jordan walk, that was vital. And in some cases, you can also say the Indiana Pacers were big losers this offseason. The Pacers let their two big men go as well, talking about David West and Roy Hibbert. Hibbert walked, and then, or actually, I heard Hibbert actually wanted to be traded, from what I know. Hibbert wanted to be traded, and then David West wanted more money, and Indiana said, So what do? For 4 years, $44 million, they go out and get Monte Ellis. Monte Ellis was a big pickup for the Pacers. But obviously, I was surprised when I saw that LaMarcus Aldridge was agreeing to a deal with San Antonio. Now, granted, San Antonio's already a good team as it is, but they're going to be the team to beat in the West come this next season, in the 2015-2016 season. They are going to be the team to beat in the West. Fuck the Golden State Warriors. I don't care what anyone says. You know, San Antonio has way too much depth in their lineup now with the addition of LaMarcus Aldridge, that, you know, they're too dangerous to be messed with. And I think, you know, Portland is going to plummet, because Portland really looked at LaMarcus Aldridge as their main leader. And, you know, rightfully so. Rightfully so. I believe LaMarcus Aldridge had every right to leave. He wasn't winning anything in Portland, and he wasn't going to get the money he was looking for. So, and give me a sec here. And another factor you have to add in on both, not just LaMarcus Aldridge, but DeAndre Jordan, is they were both born in the state of Texas. They were born and raised up in the city of Dallas. Of course, DeAndre Jordan was a big Cowboys fan. He praises Des Bryant for being one of the best male athletes in the game, actually in his respective sport. But obviously the Cowboys did a great job recruiting DeAndre Jordan. Of course, Chandler Parsons was a big reason. But then, like I said, when you look at LaMarcus Aldridge played at the University of Texas. That's the same college that had produced Kevin Durant and DJ Augustine, Tristan Thompson from the Cavs. But the thing about LaMarcus Aldridge is Aldridge has one of the best ranges as a big man as there is in this game. He truly is one of the best big men in the game. And the thing is he's finally hitting that plateau where he's finally getting old. Talking about LaMarcus Aldridge. I think someone's saying hi to me. Hi! LaMarcus Aldridge is finally hitting the prime years of his career. He's 29 years of age. He's finally hitting that plateau where, you know, he truly can become one of the great players in today's game. And I think he is one of the best players in the game. Now, obviously, there's no doubt in my mind that the one player that stands out is LeBron James. He clearly is the best all-around player in the NBA. There's nobody better than LeBron James in today's game. And of course, you know, we there's that big debate that I'll probably make a video on it next week, if not sometime this weekend. But it's also a real high debate that Michael Jordan just might be the best player to ever play in the game. But, you know, it's highly debatable. You know, the two are just absolutely unguardable. You know, I never watched Michael Jordan play, but, you know, from the highlights I watch of the guy, he truly was a remarkable player, and he's a great leader. Of course, he's one, I think, of the, if not the only player in NBA history to not lose an NBA Finals. He is a perfect 6-0 in the finals. But the thing about Michael Jordan is the difference between Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Michael Jordan had all that help. He had a Scottie Pippen. He had a Dennis Rodman. He had even, you know, the Warriors' current head coach, Steve Kerr. He had good players with him. You know, meanwhile, LeBron hasn't had anybody, and, you know, in the two finals appearances he's been with Cleveland, he's had nobody. You know, I mean, Daniel Gibson was pretty damn good back in his heyday. And then there was Mo Williams, but of course, Mo Williams and the Cavs didn't reach the finals. They were bounced by Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic. But the thing about, and I repeat, the thing about Michael Jordan and LeBron James is LeBron James is bulkier than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan just had a lot of stealth. And I mean, it's highly debatable, but I still consider, you know, those two as the top 2-tier players to ever play this game. And I've said it before, it's highly debatable. But anyway, back on the free agency news, the fact that, you know, San Antonio was able to pull off probably the biggest blockbuster, you know, domino deal this season, getting LaMarcus Aldridge, was highly impressive. But, and it's funny that, because, you know, both DeAndre Jordan and LaMarcus Aldridge signed the same amount of years for 4 years, and they signed the same amount of money, $80 million guaranteed, or $80 million as the max contract. But, I mean, it could have been either way. I mean, shit, you know, fucking DeAndre Jordan could have went to San Antonio, but I'm pretty sure San Antonio wanted a versatile player like LaMarcus Aldridge, who has great leadership skills, and we've seen what LaMarcus Aldridge can do. But, you know, that's where I'm gonna end this video. I'm actually getting close to a pit stop here. I'm gonna grab a bite, and then I'll probably be back on later. But anyway, I thank you all for watching another outdoor adventure along with some sports talk. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also give that thumbs up, make it blue, turn that red subscribe button into a gray subscribe button, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. I'll also have all my social media links down low, and the links are in the description, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. Thank you all for watching.